Okay, I normally don't do this. I normally like to shut the window after 30 minutes of smoking in this toxic. I'll probably come down with throat cancer just from videotaping this. We're looking out of the windows of 255 West 43rd Street, looking direction northwest at the Twin Chimneys, operated by John's Pizzeria, located at 260 West 44th Street. Okay, okay, it's April 29th, 2018. Now it's 10:09 a.m. and it's still, these things are still smoking.
Street to 242nd Street. 4 trains are not running 149th Street to 125th Street, and 5 trains 42nd Street to East 180th Street. 7 trains are also not running Queensboro Plaza out to 34th Street. No C train service to 145th Street to 168th Street, and we've got no Rockaway Park shuttle service out of Broad Channel. And of course, as usual, if you would like a complete list of traffic going on, you've always got New York One's Rail and Road 24/7. As for our roadways right now, slowly picking up out there. You do want to keep in mind also we've got the March for Babies going on as we speak. So we've got some street closures here. East 26th Street heading all the way up to 65th Street, Columbus Avenue, out to Lexington Avenue, and the Central Park Transverse is shut down as well. So if you are going to be making your way out there, of course, you definitely want to stick to your mass transit instead. Here's a live look outside now onto the Belt Parkway. This is right by Flatbush Avenue. Those delays have definitely backed up. We've got a solid ride here from about Knapp Street heading all the way out to Cross Bay Boulevard. Westbound side is still moving along just fine, though. Alternate side parking rules and meter rules suspended for today. That's all for now. We'll be back in a bit with another update. It is time now for our weather on the ones. We've got a cool finish to the weekend. Look for highs in the 50s today, and it will be breezy with winds out of the northwest. Tonight, it's going to be partly cloudy and chilly with a low of 43. The cool, unsettled pattern continues tomorrow with a high temperature of 57, and watch for some isolated showers. And then much warmer weather moves in Tuesday right through Friday. Readings will peak in the upper 70s and low mid-80s. Watch for some rain chances during the second half of the week.
Weather on the Ones is sponsored by McDonald's. Right now at McDonald's, savor every bite of a delicious garlic white cheddar signature crafted recipe sandwich.
Your paycheck, your family depends on it. But if something happened to you, you need life insurance. And chances are SelectQuote can get it for you for under $1 a day.
SelectQuote found Alec, 38, a $500,000 policy for under $23 a month. SelectQuote found Kenesha, 37, a $750,000 policy for under $22 a month.
Select Quote's secret? They impartially shop a select group of highly rated companies like these for your best rates. Give your family the security it needs at a price you can afford.
Since 1985, Select Quote has saved over 1 million families millions of dollars on life insurance. Call now, 800-545-8641. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Discover what over 1 million families know. We shop, you save. Cinderella comes to life on the stage of the Met. In a delightful storybook production starring Joyce DiDonato, Cendrillon, at the Metropolitan Opera. Tickets at metopera.org. Goya Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Winner of the Chef's Best Excellence Award for its incredible quality. It's the perfect ingredient for real-life chefs. If it's Goya, it has to be good.
Weather in New York City can change in a New York minute. Luckily, we've got it every 10 with weather on the ones all day long on New York One. Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, Queens, or Manhattan. Wherever you go, you'll always be in the know with weather on the ones. Your forecast every 10 minutes on New York One, exclusively on Spectrum.
A battle over who should be accepted into the city's specialized high schools. Members of the Chinese American Citizen Alliance rallied at City Hall to voice their opposition to the mayor's stance on the specialized high school test. He wants demographics to play a role in the admissions process for the city's 8 specialized high schools. Right now, admission is based on a student's scores on an exam which is known as the SHSAT.
When I went to Brooklyn Tech, specialized high school, it was 50% black and Hispanic. Today it's over 60% Asian American. In the next decade, it could be anything. It really isn't the test, it's the demographics, and that's why the test is fair. It does not look at any other qualification for your scores on the test.
Lee is concerned about fewer Chinese students enrolling if the standards are changed. A week-long cat and mouse chase at Kennedy Airport finally comes to an end. Port Authority police have found Pepper the cat. April 20th.
meet first? Why don't I? I'd really like to. Sure, I can do that. I'd like to see some of what you've done already. Some of the pilot things you've shot. When are we gonna meet? Let's meet.
Okay, once again, I'm saying this again. It's April 27th, 9:06 a.m., 2018. Looking out the windows. Okay, it's April 29th. It's April 29th, 2018. 9:43 a.m.
This morning, chilly conditions for tonight. Those will be right around 43 degrees, partly cloudy skies. And tomorrow looks a lot like today with a high again at 57, some spot showers possible. And then we have this summer-like feeling for the middle of the week. We warm to 78 on Tuesday. We'll be in the 80s on Wednesday and Thursday. Also on Thursday and Friday, we could see some showers. Now let's take a look at our traveler's map. On it, you'll find the conditions and the expected highs in cities across the country and around the world. Remember, here in New York One, your weather on the ones comes every 10 minutes. A week-long cat and mouse chase at Kennedy Airport finally comes to an end. Port Authority police have found Pepper the cat. On April 20th, the 4-year-old tabby bolted from her owner as they were checking in for a flight to China at Terminal 4. Pepper then made her way into the terminal's interior superstructure, which is not accessible to humans. Police and a friend of Pepper's owners were able to lure the cat out of that structure with food and some sweet words. Volunteers in the city are helping low-income residents in need of home repairs. Let's go to New York One's Talia Kaplan as she takes us around the boroughs. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Kristen. Yes, this volunteer effort took place in Brooklyn, and it was all part of National Rebuilding Day. The non-for-profit Rebuilding Together New York City fixed up a storm-damaged home in Cypress Hills yesterday. Volunteers repaired the water-damaged walls and roof of this home free of charge. Now, this was one of several renovation projects taking place in Brooklyn.
To have them to come out, it means a whole lot. It means more than anything else. Because I'm getting the service that I need and the things that I need done, and I won't have to worry about that.
Amazing. Well, next Saturday, Rebuilding Together NYC will be holding a flash sale for gently used appliances at their Gowanus location. Proceeds from this event will help fund future revitalization projects. To learn more, head to therebuildcenter.org. The book lovers made their way through Brooklyn to support local businesses. It was all part of the third annual Brooklyn Bookstore Crawl, which took place yesterday. In this self-guided tour, participants could visit more than 30 designated locations in the borough. It's part of a push to bring more people into independently owned stores. Organizers say the goal is to promote books and reading, all while supporting small businesses in the borough.
Books are amazing. Books are gateways into other people's lives, into the other narratives where maybe you don't have the access to go to Japan, to Spain, to South Africa. You can just go to your local bookstore and pick up a book.
You can check out what participants thought of this book crawl on social media. They used the hashtag BKBookCrawl on Twitter and Instagram. Some aspiring professional baseball players got major league help this weekend. Hundreds of kids in Manhattan headed to the East River Park field for Major League Baseball's first five-borough NYC play ball tour yesterday. Participants practiced hitting, running, and catching. Organizers say the event is a home run for kids who want to sharpen their skills.
We see that kids want to play ball, and all over we're hearing from kids and parents that we want to play ball. So we want to help these kids play ball, so during their season they're just going to be able to play that much better and have that much more fun.
Now, MLB is hosting events across the five boroughs this year, and all are free and open to the public, Kristen, and organizers say this is all part of a national effort to make sure every child who wants to learn how to play baseball can get that opportunity.
I saw so many little kids in their uniforms walking around town yesterday. It's always great.
Oh, amazing. Such a great initiative.
All right, Talia, thanks.
Thank you.
The Yankees and Mets were both in California last night. It was a great night for the Yankees, not so good for the Mets. The Yankees dominating the Angels from the start. They had scored 10 runs by the second inning. Powerhouse Aaron Judge was 3 for 3 by the time the game reached the third. Bats were on fire, and Masahiro Tanaka holding up the defensive side from the mound. He had 9 strikeouts in a strong 6-inning performance. The Yankees win this 11-1. The Mets were on the losing end of the night. By the fourth inning, the Padres had a 9-0 lead. It was Mets pitcher Jason Vargas' season debut. He's recovering from a broken hand he suffered during spring training. The Padres won 12-2. Let's move on to Major League Soccer now. The Red Bulls beating Los Angeles 3-2. Alejandro Romero Gamara scoring a goal late.
First, the decision to donate organs is personal, so cultural. Some Asian communities believe a body must be whole to get into heaven. For African Americans, it comes down to a lack of trust and a history of exploitation. There's a history of resistance among many cultures, but that reluctance could cost thousands of lives.
Transplant surgeon Anthony Watkins holds a special place in Wanda Harris Lopez's life. In 2009, she began experiencing symptoms and was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which caused serious damage to her kidneys and pancreas.
My eyes were blurry and my legs, I couldn't walk.
After 2.5 years on dialysis waiting for an organ donor, Watkins successfully transplanted a kidney and pancreas from a deceased donor. For Harris Lopez, asking for loved ones to be a living kidney donor wasn't even an option.
They have tears, they have the high blood pressure, so I didn't want to hear that. I just didn't want to hear it. Yeah, so I just said, it's okay. I'm going to go through my struggles.
Not burdening others with their health issues is a common thread within the Black community, where health disparities persist, like higher than average rates of diabetes.
We as African Americans have the highest incidence of organ failure, which means we have the highest need and the highest demand, yet we are the most reluctant to donate.
Last year, 564 African Americans in the state received transplants, but only 80 donors were Black. Currently, there are more than 3,100 African Americans waiting for organs. Across the country, the trend is the same. There are more Black organ recipients than donors. Watkins points to the deeply ingrained distrust of the medical system among African Americans, a consequence of the country's history of discrimination.
Which leads to decreases in organ donation. That also leads to a decrease in them visiting physicians regularly, but then they have preventative strategies.
More organ donors are needed. New York has one of the lowest registered donor rates. While organ recipients can receive from donors of any race, they are more likely to match with someone from a similar ethnic background.
So it's really incumbent upon us to come forward to be donors so we can help each other, so we can have healthier communities.
10 years, that's how long Andy Bretton waited and hoped for a transplant. All the while, a degenerative disease attacked his liver. In January, his hope became a reality. Andy had his transplant, and he joins me now to talk about his experiences before and after. Thank you for being here, Andy.
Thank you for having me.
Your liver transplant, very recent.
Very recent. January 5th of this year, so a little over 3 months.
And how are you feeling?
I feel great. I feel like a new person. It took a long time to get here, but the 3 months that have happened since, it's been an amazing experience, and I feel wonderful.
All right, 10 years. Talk a little bit about. Explain why.
So in 2008, I was diagnosed with PSC, primary sclerosing cholangitis. It's an autoimmune disease that affects the liver and the bile ducts, specifically the output of the liver. And it happens over a slow period of time. You get sicker and sicker, and there's no cure. There's no way to fix it. The only cure for that disease is a liver transplant. So in 2016, I was sick enough to be put on the transplant list here in New York. And it took about 2 years of waiting and getting sicker and going through the process to actually get the phone call. I continued to go through the ER to go and get antibiotics, and was in the hospital in and out several times a year. And it just kept getting worse and worse. And so finally, my MELD score was high enough that I was able to...
Okay, it's this video has been running. I've got to shut this window. It's getting really cold in here. It's 50 degrees, and got to get ready for quarterly event. I volunteer at this church at the Judson for the free market, but